Good day and welcome to Mission Control Houston, where a team of flight controllers is watching over all the systems aboard the International Space Station as it orbits 250 statute miles over the Himalayas on a easterly course. On board, Commander Oleg Kononenko and flight engineers Andrei Kuipers, Don Pettit, Gennady Bedalka, Sergei Revin, and Joe Akaba are working through a very busy day of activities that range from robotic operations with the small Japanese arm to preparations for some experiments on board the International Space Station, and also getting ready for the departure of Kononenko, Kuipers, and Pettit coming up at the end of the week. The three crew members are getting ready to depart, and they're going through a number of different activities associated with their preparations, packing up and making sure they've got all of their personal items ready to go home with them aboard their Soyuz spacecraft. Some of the Russian cosmonauts are going through lower body negative pressure sessions to try to pull fluids back into their lower extremities, since extremities tend to pool in the midsection and in the upper portions of the body, and that is one potential countermeasure. They're also getting some extra exercise to help them get ready for the return to Earth's one gravity after 6 months in orbit. Change of command ceremony officially is scheduled for 6:35 p.m. Central Time, coming up on this Friday, June the 29th, and that will involve the handover from Commander Kononenko to the new commander of Expedition 32, Gennady Bedalka. All the crew members will be participating in that, and we will have that live on NASA television for you. On Sunday, actually Saturday, U.S. time, starting on June the 30th, about 11:48 p.m. Central Time, will be the undocking of the Soyuz spacecraft carrying Kononenko, Kuipers, and Pettit. And then they will land on the steppe of Kazakhstan early Sunday morning, scheduled for 3:14 a.m. Central Time, which works out to 2:14 p.m. in the afternoon Kazakh time. Of course, that will be seen live on NASA television. Today, the crew is working with several different maintenance activities. They're greasing the rails associated with the Advanced Resistive Exercise Device, which lets them mimic weightlifting even though there's no gravity in space. They're making sure that those rails, which use the exercise arms, are able to provide free travel. Here's a graphic that shows you a look at the Advanced Resistive Exercise Device. They are also doing some ventilation system maintenance, checking dust filters in the Russian segment of the space station. And they're also inspecting the window condition in the Russian segment of the space station, something that's done periodically to take a look for any possible micrometeoroid or orbital debris hits or any damage or any cleaning that needs to be done there. Russians are also working with an experiment that measures radiation dosages aboard the space station. And Joe Akaba is working with preparation of some equipment for an upcoming run with the combustion integrated rack experiment that looks at how flames and other fire effects, smoke, happen in microgravity, where you don't have the normal effects accompany Earth gravity. Flames in space tend to be a round ball instead of the normal candle-shaped flame. And those experiments are expected to look deeply into the nature of combustion and hopefully lead to advances on the Earth related to more efficient combustion for engines, and that should save energy in the long run and also help protect against fire in space. Don Pettit is going to do a self-scan using the ultrasound device aboard the space station of his leg. This is part of an experiment known as SPRINT. The SPRINT experiment is one that takes a look at the long-duration stay on board the space station, how it affects the human body. SPRINT stands for Integrated Resistance and Aerobic Training Study, and it's designed to look at the high-intensity, low-volume exercise training to try to minimize muscle, bone, and cardiovascular degradation during long-duration missions on the space station. This could also have some value to folks on the Earth that end up in a situation where they might be on extended bed rest and the like. Also, a lot of work going on with the robotic arm on the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's Kibo module. That module has an airlock and a front porch of experiments, and the next Japanese resupply vehicle is scheduled to launch to the space station. That's coming up later on in July, and it will be delivering some external cargo in what's affectionately known as the trunk of HTV-3, Kanatori 3, and the robotic arm just got a software upgrade, and the crew is testing it out to make sure it's ready to remove that cargo from the external trunk of the HTV-3 or Kanatori 3 vehicle and place it on the external experiment rack that's on the outside, also known as the front porch of the Kibo laboratory. So a very busy day on board the International Space Station. All systems working well, and the crew very active today with here in Mission Control, Emily Nelson in charge of the team watching over, and Robert Hanley talking with the crew as needed about activities going on orbit.